The criminal records computer has received an update. Anyone can check the criminal records computer, but only security can modify the criminal records on them. So the way the criminal records computer works is very simple. It has a list of all the crew members, and it will tell you their list of crimes and what their status is. So if this person committed a crime, and you are putting an arrest warrant out for them, you can now say they're wanted, and type in the reason, and it could be whatever you want, but the more clear you are, the better it'll be in the future. The criminal records computer will automatically talk on the security channel, and it will say, this person is wanted by so-and-so for whatever reason. So anyone with security access and access to a criminal records computer can make somebody wanted. Just a note, there's no HUD element letting you know somebody's wanted or on parole or whatever. That is just not implemented at the time, so you will have to pay attention to the radio. And once you get them in custody, you can swap them over to detained to let every other officer know this person is no longer being looked for. They are detained, because that is a very common thing in the game where somebody asks, are we still looking for so-and-so? And somebody be like, nope, they're in perma. And once you are done dealing with them, you can swap their status to none. They have been released. And they will actually keep the crime history until somebody, for whatever reason, deletes it. You can even click on a note and just add whatever you need to. You can say released for good behavior. It doesn't always have to be wanted notes. So it lets you keep a text log that other people can see for crimes and use it for even good behaviors or even suspicions. Remember, anyone can look at this though. Only security officers just edit it. So you don't want to give away too much information. Just probably write the facts here is what you're going to want to do. Maps now have some slight variance every time they load. For example, things like lights can be broken. There can be random garbage in spots that there couldn't be before. Some of the walls will be rusted. That includes reinforced walls and normal walls. There could be random spills of various chemicals. Sometimes the lights will blink constantly. And a few other more minor things. This is going to be expanded in the future, as far as I'm aware, for doing things like random maintenance rooms. The handheld crew monitor is no longer obtainable in-game, and there's no spawns for it. So now if you need to monitor where the crew is at, you'll have to go to the physical computer itself. Starvation Damage has once again been removed from Starvation 14, meaning you won't have to treat for it, and if you go AFK, you won't starve to death. Vehicles have been removed from the game. This includes things like the Janny cart, the Segways, the motorcycle, wheelchairs, but it does not include Ripley's cardboard boxes. These will, the cardboard box is certainly not a vehicle, but the Ripley is definitely the closest thing akin to a vehicle. Those are still in the game. That means, unfortunately, though, we have also lost the taxi bots and supply bots, so it isn't just vehicles that you can drive. It also includes like drone-like vehicles, and these will be returned at a future date once the vehicle code has been improved. Space Lube has been changed, where you'll now keep slipping through all the tiles that there is lube on it, meaning you can slip pretty far distances, and obviously that means you can set up for some very, very nasty lube-based traps. Grills are now a lot flimsier in terms of their durability. They lost their 5 blunt and 5 heat flat reduction, meaning they'll take much more damage from blunt and heat. That actually means you can punch them apart. Grills have a damage modifier against blunt, meaning you actually do more blunt damage to them. You do 2 times blunt damage, so it actually only takes 10 punches to punch a grill down. But if it's still electrified and you don't have insulated gloves, they'll still shock you, but they are nowhere near as tanky as they used to be. Hiding identity works a little bit differently now. You can now hide your identity without full helmets. So for example, if I alt-click a bandana, which is a new feature by the way, to turn into a face bandana, people still know who I am because they can still see my eyes. But now, in conjunction with wearing face gear and eye gear, certain face gear and eye gear that is, they can hide your identity without having to have your head completely covered. The Syndicate headset has been removed from the uplink, but you can still buy Syndicate encryption keys. EMAG cyborgs are no longer affected by ion storms. EMAG cyborgs will be just a little bit more reliable. The binary translator key now spawns in the RD's locker around start, meaning they can communicate on the exclusive Silicon radio channel. The key is half off now to Syndicate agents that also wish to speak on this channel or at least listen into it. The AME now produces a comical amount of power. A 1-core AME will produce 2 megawatts, so there's no reason to ever use more than 1 core on an AME. You'll run a station forever with this much power. I want to thank all of our maintainers and contributors for all their hard work to the game, keeping it up to date, bug-free, and just all the above. Thank you for watching.